Uh-oh. Let's find out what's going on. Alright, we're running. We got the scan tool connected. As you can see, absolutely no codes, but we still have our light flashing, I'm sure. Yes, it is. So I think what we might do is let's just find the relay for the compressor. See if we got power and ground and control there. So I'm just gonna get the fuse box diagram somewhere and let's figure it out. I'll get you over there when I find it. So before I got to the fuse box, while I got the scanner, I just thought I'd see if I could see some live data. And you see AC signal. We know the switch is 100% working. It's getting to where it's going because that goes on when I first press the button. As soon as I turn it off, I'll press it on and it lights up. But obviously after a couple of seconds it goes out and starts flashing, and then it says off. So anyway, let's find that relay. Okay, fuse box is out. We have an awesome diagram here. It took me a little bit to figure out which one was which, but what we're actually getting is MGCLT is the one that we're after, and I'm assuming it's something like magnetic clutch, possibly, whatever, I don't know, who cares. That's the one anyway, and it's this one right here. So we're going to take it out. Where is my thingy? Okay, we're out. So let's have a look at our relay. So we have two small pins, control from the switch, and two big pins, which is the load. So power straight to the compressor. So our two small pins, we're going to check for a power and a ground when we turn the switch on. And our load pins, we are looking to see that we have 12 volts at one side of the, because obviously the relay turns on and allows power to flow from the one side of the load terminal to the other side to actually go through and power the compressor itself. So let's go for, let's have a look at, oh, hang on. Maybe I should go turn the key on first. Yeah, wait a second. Let me go turn the key on. Okay, key is on. So let's have a look. So we're on the ground on the battery, and you can see here we've got nothing on this side. We have power on the control side. So we check the two big pins, big terminals, pins, whatever, you know what I'm saying. And we do have power there. So what we want to do, we know we got power there. We need to confirm that this is a ground when we turn the switch on. So we're going to put this in here. We are going to connect this to power. So we're on power now. We're in the control side. Make sure I get it in there properly. So let's go start the car up and let's see if we light up. So we've got that connected to the battery positive, so that way if we turn the key on and the switch actually turns on, tries to turn on the relay, this should light up. So let's give it a crack. I'll see if I can see ya. I'll go key off. Ready? Alright, cool. So that just proves exactly what's going on. This relay, well, the control to the relay is there. It's realizing something's wrong. Then it turns the control off, and that's why our AC light starts flashing. So what I'm going to do, firstly, is we know that we've got a ground, or we know that the compressor's grounded to the body of the engine. So we are going to bridge the two terminals for the load side and see if we can hear a click of a compressor working. So let's just start with that first. Give me a minute, I'll set it up and I will get back to you. Okay, what I've done is I've just got two picks and I've put a little alligator wire across them. I've got one sitting in there. I've got the key on now. So if I go down here and touch this, do you hear that? So I'm going in there. So we know that our clutch is actually working. Now, why is it not working? What I'm going to do is, I think we might have just have a dodgy relay here. That's what it's looking like. So let's start the car up and let's just bridge it full time and let's see what happens. All we have to do is just sit them in there, not going anywhere. If I can see what I'm doing, that would be lovely. It's not always the best way, but they're making sparks, very lovely. Let's go start up the car and let's see if we stay on. We are definitely working. Yes, it's absolutely freezing. Now let's go off, because obviously what we want to make sure is that the compressor is not drawing too much current. If the compressor was faulty, and if the compressor was drawing too much current, we might start melting stuff over here if we've got it directly bridged. So this is not a good idea unless you know what you're doing, or you have a fused jumper lead is probably the best way to do it. However, that's how I've done it. So we know the compressor works, we know the aircon works, we know that when the compressor is bridged, the load side of the relay is bridged, the compressor works, and the aircon works, and the AC light does not flash and stays on and everything gets cold. So it's looking like a faulty flasher relay. So what I'm going to do is, let me put this down for a second. We have another relay here that is for the starter motor. So I'm going to take that relay out and I'm going to put this relay in place of the starter motor, and let's see what happens. Let's see if the car starts. And that's going to prove to us whether we have a faulty relay or not, although I think we probably already know. I'm right-handed and I shouldn't be doing this stuff with my left hand because I look like an idiot, but whatever. So let's put this one in. I can't see anything. There we go. Okay, all right, we're in. Let's go and start the car. What do you know? Absolutely no crank. So I don't think we've got an issue with the compressor. I don't think we've got an issue with anything else other than a bad relay. A relay is just dead. So let's put a new relay in it and then test it all. Before I put another relay in, I just wanted to show you this cool tool that I have. I'm not sure, obviously if you're a DIY at home, you're not going to have access to one of these, but these are fantastic. I had it packed away, so otherwise I would have used it. But basically this tells us the exact same thing. So if we look at this tool, at the bottom we've got control side. So basically, you know how with the test light we turn the vehicle on and our earth came up to ground that control side. This tells us exactly the same thing. So basically if we go start the car now with it connected in its place, it's basically exactly in its place, that will light up. I have no doubt that's going to light up for a couple of seconds like it did before, and then it will turn off because it realizes there's nothing happening. Up here we have our load side. So what we can do here with our compressors off, we can press this button, and if we have a path to ground, that will light up when we hold this button. Now it's an LED light, so take that as you wish, but that's a great way to do it. Obviously you can hook up your scope to control side, you can hook up your scope or anything you want to the load side, and then you can flip this switch. Obviously we're only on a 4-pin relay, so you can flip this switch up, and then that will put the power across that load side and turn the compressor on. And if I do that right now, you can hear it. As you can see here, you can hear it, the compressor's on now, we're cold, and then I can turn that back off. And as you see here, just for proof, if you hold the LED lamp, so obviously like I said to you before, that proves we've got to pass the ground. And if we press this button down, like I said to you, we're going to put the power through it, so this ground will disappear. And that proves to you we no longer have a ground. Now we're back off again. So the cool thing about this is obviously if you were worried about the actual compressor itself drawing too much current, you can put your amp clamp around this, power it on, and you can watch the current at the same time. So this is a really cool tool. I will show you this bit that I was saying before just to prove it. Let me sit it here. How am I going to sit that? See if we can see it. Alright, let's do that. So I'll do the same thing I did before. Focus on that. Alright, so we're off. I'll start the car up. There you go. So once it realises, it turns off exactly the same way it did for us before. So, awesome tool. I love it. Just don't use it often enough. So there you go. Now let's go get a relay and chuck the relay in and make sure it works good. Well, sadly I don't have another relay in stock, and it is 7:07 PM. I shouldn't even be here. But regardless, there's a dome light relay right here. And I'm assuming it only does dome lights because the car runs alright. So I've just put that in its place. I can worry about a dome light another time. I don't even really need aircon, to be honest with you. But anyway, so as you can tell, it's all running good now. So let's have a quick look and make sure inside is good. Light is on. It's absolutely freezing. Can you see what temperature it is? Wowee. There we go. So if you ever get that AC light flashing, that's likely what the cause is, and you know how to check it now. So thanks for watching.